Most job seekers think they're being ghosted by robots, but a remote recruiter just pulled the curtain back, and what he revealed changes everything. And I'm talking about the truth behind application black holes, why cover letters are secretly tested, and how wrong moves in your resume formatting can cost you the job. And if you're tired of hearing generic advice that doesn't work, keep watching. I've read hundreds of recruiter threads, but this one stopped me cold because this time it's coming straight from the other side. A Reddit user, Chikamumu, shared what he learned after landing a global remote job and then getting promoted into recruiting. In one post, he breaks down what exactly happens to your resume, your cover letter, your video submission, and why most people unknowingly sabotage their shot. We're diving deep into the truth about 100 plus applicants and why the numbers lie. The real reason recruiters ask for video submissions. Why long resumes are a red flag unless you're an executive. What your cover letters really tells the hiring team. Why experience doesn't always win. And the one thing that'll get your resume thrown out in 60 seconds flat. And an optional link to a portfolio. Leave out the photo, reference list, skill level bars, or full address. Keep it clean, concise, and intentional. If you ever wondered what really happens after you hit apply, you're about to see it with your own eyes. Let's break formation and hit the first checkpoint. Application myths versus reality. First up, ever see 100 plus applicants and think you've got no shot? Chikamumu says that number is misleading. Here's what actually happens. Most people just click. They see the job on LinkedIn or We Work Remotely, click apply, and leave it at that. But clicking isn't applying. In one case, a job had over 100 clicks, but only 20 real applicants. Of those, 6 were shortlisted and 5 got interviews. Every single one of those resumes got human eyes on them. So the takeaway, if you're qualified, apply. That number at the top of the job post isn't the whole story. Don't self-reject because of click-through vanity metrics. Next, resume formatting. This one separates the rookies from the real ones. Unless you're an executive, your resume should never be longer than 2 pages. One candidate, junior level, very talented, submitted a 5-page resume. He was rejected, not because of his skill set, but because a long, unfocused resume suggested a lack of clarity and poor communication. That kind of thing, it bleeds into how recruiters assume you'll work. So what should your resume include? Name, location, contact info, 2 to 3 sentence profile, hard skills, career history. Have you ever sent out a resume longer than 2 pages or skipped a cover letter because you thought it didn't matter? Let me know in the comments. I want to know what you've been told and what's actually working for you. Let's discuss it. Look, if you're struggling with your resume right now, I can help. I'm personally reviewing a few for free. Whether you're stuck, overwhelmed, or just want a second set of eyes, the link to request one is in the description. Let's discuss cover letters. If the job asks for one and you don't upload it, that's a test. You just failed. Even if your resume is solid, someone else with similar skills and a tailored cover letter is going to edge you out. Recruiters like Chikamumu use this to see who follows basic instructions and who's just mass applying. And speaking of basic instructions, let's talk about video prompts. If they ask for a 1 to 3 minute video, it's not just a hoop to jump through. It's a chance to show your communication style, to demonstrate confidence, to prove you care enough to prepare. But most candidates blow this. Let's clear the smoke and look at what not to do when the recruiter calls in a visual. Here's what not to do in a video. Ramble about random interest with no clear direction. Say what you don't like instead of what you do. Monologue and monotone like you're half asleep. Chikamumu gave examples. One candidate talked for a full minute about things they weren't interested in. Another couldn't name a single passion clearly. Another delivered a passionate speech about business. When they ask situational questions, don't generalize, be specific. Example question: what would you do if a project started falling behind schedule? The best answer? That happened to me in my last job. Here's what went wrong. Here's how I fixed it. The worst answer? That wouldn't happen to me. Yikes. Even if you've never experienced it, say what you would do. Your video should be short, focused, and real. Pick something you care about. Make bullet points. Practice more than once or twice. Hit record, and you're done in 30 minutes or less. And here's a mindset shift you need. Being the most experienced doesn't always mean you're the best fit. Remote companies want people who communicate clearly, problem solve fast, and mesh with the team. Chikamumu said it clearly. A fresh grad with the right mindset beat out older, more experienced candidates for roles. Culture fit, clarity, and communication wins the remote game. Also, if you're applying to 100 jobs a week, they can tell. Mass applicants come off generic, scattered, and desperate. Focus on 1 to 2 solid applications per day. Quality over quantity. All right, we've covered the prep. Now let's move to the proving ground. The interview. Keep answers to 1 to 2 minutes max. Stay relevant, smile, don't curse. And when they ask about weaknesses, don't try to dodge it. Be honest, but show growth. One of the biggest red flags, not researching the company. When asked, why do you want to work here? Most candidates bombed. Even though the company's mission was front and center on their website, candidates focused on the role instead of the organization. Spend 30 minutes researching the company, its mission, its tone, its people. Then use ChatGPT to help turn that into a real answer that sounds like you. Show how you think and problem solve. And finally, the end of the interview isn't just polite wrap up. It's your opportunity to ask this. Do you have any reservations about me as a candidate? It shows confidence, emotional intelligence, and gives you a chance to clear up any concerns in real time. Then finish with what happens in the next process. This shows that you're proactive. Remember what I said at the beginning, that we break down what really happens after you hit apply. Well, now you've seen it. The recruiter's playbook, unfiltered. There's a right way to build a resume that actually gets read. There's a way to answer interview questions that doesn't make you sound like every other candidate. And if you don't know how to do both, you're going to keep missing out, no matter how qualified you are. Your future boss isn't going to wait around till you figure it out. But don't let another opportunity pass you by. In my next briefing, I'll show you the right way to build your resume and prepare for the interview. Your mission starts right here.